Hi everyone, this is your video for systems of equations, most specifically when there's one linear and one quadratic function. So let's talk about the types of solutions that we can expect to see when we have this type of system with one linear, one quadratic. So you can always tell that an equation is quadratic if it has an x squared. Okay, so when the highest term is squared, you know this is going to be a parabola. I'll have the whole thing there. And that's this pink parabola right here. And you know that that's a quadratic. Now, you can see our second equations here are lines. They're linear functions. This one specifically is just a horizontal line. Same over here, just a horizontal line. And then we do have a line with a slope and a y-intercept. So let's talk about these solution types. Okay, so we have three different types of solutions. One is when you get two solutions. Now you can see down here that they intersect in two spaces. So you would label those points, you can write them out as an ordered pair, and that's what our solution would be. So for instance, our solution for this first one is going to be the point 1, -3, and also the point -1, -3. So 2 times that these two functions intersect, so 2 solutions. Next up, we do have a one solution system. Now you can see that in this one solution, they are only intersecting at one point. So you would just label that one point, and for us, that's going to be 0, 0. And that's the one and only solution that you will see for that system. Now we do also have instances where we don't have any solutions, and that will happen. So it just means that they'll never intersect, they will never have an equal value, and you can see that on this graph over here, all the way on the right hand side, that this line, no matter how far we go and no matter how far we expand this graph, it will never intersect with this parabola. So let's talk about how we can do this on our own. Primarily, your method is going to just be graphing. We're going to be solving these systems by graphing. That way we know that we can just use a graphing utility like Desmos or graphing calculator, see where the two lines intersect, and then you're good to go. So you can see in this equation, we have our parabola graphed in pink, and our parabola equation up here was this x squared plus x minus 2. Then we also have a linear equation, which is the -x plus 1. That's graphed in blue. Now our goal again is to find the 2 points where these intersect. So after you graph them, either on your calculator or Desmos or by hand if you'd like to, you just go across and you say, okay, where do these two functions intersect? And you label the points. So the points are already labeled for us. We have -3, 4 and 1, 0. So we can tell that this is going to have two solutions because it intersects at two places. When asked for the solutions, you just put in the point values, the xy points. Okay, so finally, to show you how you can do this on your own, up top we have two functions that are in a system. We're trying to find the solution here, and we need to figure out what the graph looks like. So I either suggest going either on a browser on the internet, or you can also go into an app. You can get the app, the Desmos app. They work the same, so it's up to you if you have the storage or not. So you're just going to type in desmos.com. And when you come to this front page, you're just going to click on the graphing calculator little button right in the center. It's right here for you, graphing calculator. Alright, once we click on that, we can type in our functions. So when we're typing in, you want to make sure that you're typing in the y equals, and then you use your exponents appropriately and your values. So first one I'm going to type in is our first function, which is y equals, and then we have x, and then to make a squared, you click on this button right here where it says a squared, so x squared, and then -2. Now you can click down onto the second block and we'll type in our second function here. So we have y equals 2x, so we do 2x plus 1. So you can see this graphed it for us, right? So our goal right now is to just find where these two functions intersect, and you can see that they generally already show you that there's a point there. So we have a point right here where they intersect, and if I'm traveling along, I have another point right here where they intersect. So I'm just going to highlight them so they're visible for us. And then I'm going to show you a trick that Desmos has when you're on the computer. So when you are on your computer and you have your cursor, or if you're on your cell phone in the app, what you can do is you can click on those little gray dots and they will tell you exactly what points they are. For us right now, I don't have that ability through this, but they are pretty easy to see. If I look, I know that this is the point 3, 7. And then down here, this is the point -1, -1. So this system has two solutions. And those solutions are 3, 7 and -1, -1.